Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Florin, and it's my pleasure to see smiling faces around this channel. I hope you guys are doing well and stay safe indoor during this pandemic period, but for sure, this doesn't stop you to do amazing things around. I'm gonna talk a little bit about photography in general and something which not include like fancy gear or expensive cameras. So actually I'm gonna use as an example something which everyone use most of the time and have every time actually on their pocket, and that is the phone, which also has a camera too on the back. So for today's video I'm gonna use a pretty old phone. It is an iPhone 7 with just only one camera on the back. It's pretty old now. It's about 4 years since I have this phone and it's still performing well. Actually the battery is gonna let me down, but the camera still works. So I want to use this as an example just to demonstrate you guys that you don't really need to have the last generation of the phone or expensive cameras to create a pretty nice photo actually. So that came on my mind because I've been in that point, and I'm pretty sure that you've been in that point too, when you look in the social media to someone photos took it by a phone and it's look awesome and always look better than your one, and you actually ask yourself why your one doesn't look like that. Because sometime after you upload the photo on the social media like Facebook or Instagram, you realize that your photo is actually blurred and is washed out, and you don't know exactly why. Talk a little bit about the mistakes from the beginning, whatever you did wrong until you upload your photo. So today we're gonna talk about 4 tips on how you can get your mobile photo to the next level in 2020. So tip number 1, don't always let technology or the device to decide for you. You can choose your settings for yourself, depends or based on the photo you want to make and how do you want to create that photo. So to be able to do that on the Android phones, it's pretty easy. You just go on a pro mode, because most of the phones have these functions. So you just go on pro mode and you're able to access the settings like shutter speed, ISO, and that's pretty much like white balance and things like that. But for the iPhone users, it's not that easy as an Android, because you don't have that access to the main settings for the camera. So for this section you're gonna use another app which is called RAW Plus. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys to see exactly what I do on my phone and what app I use and the overall actions while I took a photo. So let's get started first with the app that access you. It's called RAW Plus. Okay, so now you can actually see the camera, what I record myself, and my phone on the right. So the overall settings you have here on the right, you have the shutter speed. You can adjust from 140, 180 and go up, and it's pretty interesting that this is go up to 125,000 shutter speed, which is really fast, really fast. Then on the left side you have the ISO, which is go down to 23, but usually I keep it around 50, which is gonna give you that crispy image and enough details for your photo. So and then on the left top corner you have the white balance, which you can change it here for a sunny day in the house, but normally I keep this an auto white balance. So on the right corner and top you have the other settings, which actually take us to the tip number 2, and that is to always shoot in RAW when it's possible. And we have here, first is RAW, the second in the middle is RAW plus JPG, and the last one is JPG. Now if you don't know exactly what means RAW and JPG, if you don't know exactly what means RAW and JPG, I'm gonna give a little explanation of it. So when you leave your camera to decide for you and take everything automatically and you choose JPG, you're gonna realize that your camera should have around 12 megapixel, but you end up with a photo around between 2 and 4 megapixel, depends on it. So what is actually happen, the camera will decide and will take little parts from the details, like a small amount of color, small amount of sharpening, brightness, and from all these settings, and will apply to the photo, and will save a crop photo with a small amount of details, on your phone. So that is basically the first mistake which take place in your process, because once you save that JPG file on your device, it's basically an image already edited. So now the first step, you take the photo and you don't really like that, how is that look, and most of the people are using like that filters, which I really hate them. So you take that JPG which is already edited and add another filter on top of the image, which actually change the settings. So it's gonna again lose some details while you change the settings. Then further from there, you take the photo with the filter added on it, and you want to upload on the social media like Facebook, Instagram, or any other platforms. The platform itself cheating some details while you uploading, and you basically end up with a blurry image and doesn't look great at all. So that's why I prefer always to shoot in RAW. But for today, I'm gonna choose RAW and JPG to show exactly what is the difference between them and why it's important to keep RAW. So like I mentioned before, you can change here the shutter speed, depends on how bright you want to see your image. You can change the ISO, and that's pretty much you can do, and always keep RAW. So if I go back here, as you can see, the photo will save RAW and JPG. But what I did today, when I was in the garden, I already took two photos of some flowers, some roses. One is a white one and one is a yellow one. So now you can see exactly, I took it with this iPhone 7, which is pretty old phone. You can see the difference between them. You can't see pretty much difference between them, but for a RAW file, so you actually can use the plenty of room of details when it comes to editing software, which gonna take us to tip number 3, and that is the software editing. So what I recommend to you guys is to use Lightroom mobile, or Lightroom on a full version for a PC or a laptop. So what I use for myself is Lightroom mobile, because I only use a tablet, an iPad Pro, or even my phone, which actually both of them allow me to edit my photos. So now let's get into Lightroom and see exactly how does that look. You're gonna see the difference. I'm gonna come back after I will edit. I will finish editing the RAW file. So what I actually want to try to do is to take the same settings which I'm gonna apply to the RAW files to the JPG, and see exactly how is that react, and if that's gonna look the same as I edit a RAW file. At that point you will be able to see the difference between JPG and the RAW, and why is that important to always shoot in RAW. And I'll be back once it's ready and you will see the difference. Apply the same settings to the JPG to see if that's gonna look exactly the same as a RAW. So I'm gonna tap here, then copy settings, hit yeah, then back to the JPG, tap here, then paste the settings and see what is look. And yes, you can see the difference between those. So this is actually the RAW files, and the RAW file, this is before and this is after editing. It's actually like kind of dark moody style, which I pretty enjoy and I pretty like this. So before and after, then the JPG file, This is before and this is after. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. As I promised before, at least once a week I'm gonna come up with a tutorial about Lightroom, how I edit my photos, how you can create your own style. And also, as a bonus for you guys, at every single tutorial I'm gonna do for Lightroom, I'm gonna release the presets for you for free of that image, and you will be able to save in your Lightroom, and you will be able also to use for your photos without any problem. You enjoyed this video, don't forget to press the thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel, don't consider to subscribe. It's free for you, but motivate me to create more videos like this. Until next time or next video, stay safe, stay indoor, protect yourself, enjoy anything you do at home, try and shoot with any device you have, and you will be fine. So that's it, guys. See you next. Bye.